public service is really about generosity to other people. And when you're generous to other people, right? You guys, as you've grown up, have all talked about sharing. It's all in the same vein. It's about doing things for other people that you would hope they'd do for you. So let me, before we start reading, maybe I'll just stop. And I know you guys probably have some questions about my job. So who wants to start? Your hand went right up first, so go ahead.
Why did you want to be a mayor?
Well, as I was saying, I wanted to help my city. I want to help my city become a better place, and it's all the same reason why your teachers teach. It's because they want the city to be better in the future. We do it in different ways. I'm in charge of lots of stuff in the city. Your teachers are trying to make the city better by making you guys, who are the future of the city, better adults, more responsible, thoughtful adults. So that's why I wanted to do it. All right, let's see. Who haven't I called on? Go ahead.
Do you like your job?
I do. I don't like everything about it, but there's no job that you might work that you would like everything about. There's always something. What I like a lot is getting to talk to students about my job and finding out a little bit about them. That's a good part of it. But I do, in general, I like getting up in the morning and going to work because I know I can help people out. Go ahead, you had a question. Did you have a question?
Yeah, what's it like being mayor?
Well, it's busy. What's it like being mayor? It's busy. It gives me opportunity, as I said before. It gives me opportunities to help people out. That's a good thing. It's never dull. It's a lot of work. I start my day early and I end late at night, and I work on the weekends. So there isn't a lot of time to kick back. I think the hardest part of the job is just balancing, work with my family. So I have 3 kids. One's in 8th grade, one's in 6th grade, one's in 3rd grade, and so I have to figure out how to spend time with them as well. But I make do. But overall, being mayor is it's always interesting, and it's always and it's never boring. All right, go ahead.
Is it fun? All right, so is it fun or boring?
Not boring. Definitely. You're onto something. I am running around all the time, but that's okay. People need to know that the mayor needs to make his presence felt, his or her presence felt, and so people know have a sense of what's going on. I go on the radio once a week to talk about what's going on in the city. I leave here and I have to go on TV to talk about some stuff, and so it's constant. There's a constant communication going on with the public about the affairs of the city, so that people have confidence that stuff's working the way it should. All right, go ahead? You can go first.
Are you going to run for mayor again?
I am going to run for mayor again, but don't tell anybody yet because I haven't made an announcement. I plan to. Yes. Go ahead.
Is there a certain amount of time that you can run for mayor?
So that's a great question. So you're asking about what's called term limits. So there are some elected offices that you can only run for so many times. The office of mayor of New Bedford is not one of those. There is no limit on how many times, no legal limit on how many times you can run. I don't think my wife will allow me to run too many more times, but there's no law that will stop me from running again. All right, who haven't I called on? Who haven't I talked to? Go ahead.
When you first started, were you a little nervous?
Yeah, that's a good question. So, there was a lot to learn because I had never been mayor before, and so I had to learn about the school department and the fire department, the police department, and the zoo and the airport and all the stuff that happens underground in the city, all the water and sewer and roadways and all that stuff. So there's a lot that the mayor is in charge of. There are 3,000 employees in the city government in New Bedford, which is a lot of people. So, I have to have a sense of more or less what they do for a living. But you know, it's true of any job. So when you take on something new, and you will find this out as you get older and after you graduate from school and go on and get a job, you'll learn when you start a job, it's there's an awful lot to learn. You drink, as the saying goes, you're drinking from a fire hose. You can imagine drinking from a fire hose. There's just a lot of stuff coming at you all at once, and that's true of being mayor, but it's true of a lot of jobs. So, but the idea is, you know, you just stick with it and you learn it up, and then you can start really doing it. Go ahead.
How long have you been elected mayor?
So it's been 3.5 years, and the office has 2-year terms. So you get elected for 2 years, and if you run again and win, you get 2 more. So I've been elected twice so far. Who had anybody else? Who hasn't? All right, nobody else. All right, so we'll go back to you guys again.
Have you ever had another job, like another job before you were mayor?
Yeah, before I was mayor, I was an assistant United States attorney, sometimes called a federal prosecutor, up in Boston. So I commuted from here up to Boston. And a prosecutor is somebody who enforces the law, whether it's at the state level, there are state prosecutors, or at the United States level, which is the federal prosecutors. And so, and they go into court on behalf of the government to present evidence of that somebody has committed a crime with which they've been charged. So you've seen this on TV probably. So I have, so at the state level, prosecutors, including, you know, here in New Bedford, will present evidence in court and trial against people who have been charged with things like stealing or destroying property or breaking into places, or even more serious crimes like murder. At the federal level, it's more things like organized crime and terrorism and white-collar crime, securities fraud and tax fraud, people cheating others out of lots of money, environmental crimes like big oil spills. So that's the kind of stuff that I did once upon a time. I'm glad I don't commute to Boston anymore. It's a long way away. How about, by show of hands, how many of you guys have parents who work in Boston? Anybody? One? Okay. All right. 2? What's that?
My mom works in
In Rhode Island? Yeah, okay. All right, go ahead.
How many hours do you work a day?
On average, it's, I don't know, 12 or 13, I'd say. Yeah. Yeah, I told you I wasn't bored. I told you I wasn't bored. That's all right. You guys will be working hard when you get older, too. All right, so I think we're, the last one? Yep, go ahead.
I saw like crime and murder on like Castle and Law and Order and stuff like that.
Yeah. You like law? Do you like Law and Order?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what that's about. It's about the police and the prosecutors in New York City. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of it.
My mom watches it all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good show. It's a good show. All right, so this is Richard. So in my,
Yes, we have a book that we've selected, if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
Reach right behind you.
Wait, is this something that you guys have read before?
No.
No. This book?
No?
It's from
Uh,
our library.
Otto runs for president.
We just finished doing a little mini unit on the President of the United States, so, and I didn't even know you chose that. That's
Yeah.
perfect.
Good.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Also, just a little FYI for the children, it is an accelerated reader book, so if it's something that you would like to try and earn points with,
Ah,
you can also do that as
Ah.
a read too.
take advantage of it.
And we
Get those
also have
extra
some
points.
Water for you if you're in need.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You took care of everything. All right. All right. Who, everybody knows who the president is, right?
Yes.
Yes.
President Obama.
You got it. You got it.
First black
Um,
African American.
I've met him a couple of times. I have a picture, I have a recent picture of him. I was at a ceremony. Yeah. Sorry for the digression.
It's fine. Take your time.
Let's see.
Those are called teachable moments. Those are good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. Let's see. I had too many pictures here. Let's see. Here's one. It's, I don't know if you guys can see this. This was a few weeks ago. This was at an event up in Boston. You see? And this is, he's talking. And you see who's the person to his left, the camera's right.
The lady Michelle.
Well, I don't know if you can see her. Yeah, you can see her. Yeah, yeah, she's there. And how about on the other side of him? The guy with the white hair.
You?
No, I'm taking the picture.
Oh yeah. So who would take it? Take it then.
Who's exactly? What's the vice president's name?
Oh, Mitchell.
No, not Mitchell.
Taking a guess.
Don't offer any suggestions. No. Who's the vice? Anybody know who the vice president is? Yeah.
Michelle Obama.
No, she's the first lady. She's the first lady. Anybody know who the? Anybody know? Anybody know? Vice President Joe.
Jonathan.
Joe Biden. Oh yeah. All right. Does that ring a bell now?
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Yes. We did not know his name.
All right. All right. So you won't forget that now, right? Joe Biden. Does anybody know who the governor is of Massachusetts? He's new.
No. Actually.
Anybody? You know? It's not Michelle Obama.
Okay. That's the first lady.
It's Charlie Baker. He's the governor of Massachusetts. His name's Charlie Baker. He's new. He's new. So he's a newbie. He's a newbie.
He's learning.
He's learning. That's right. He's new. He's learning. All right. So here we go. Otto runs for president. I haven't read this one. Has anybody read this one before?
No.
You have.
Yeah, I had for the AR book once in
Yeah?
second grade.
Yeah. Is it good? Okay. Good. Yeah, so we picked a good one. All right. All right. Let's see. All right. So I'll get into reading position here. All right. So yeah, it was election time at, let's say, Barkadelphia. Where's that?
Oh my God.
Then Pennsylvania?
Bart.
All right. At Barkadelphia School. Whoever collects 50 paw prints can run for president of the school, announced Miss Kibler. I wonder who will win, Otto said to his best friend, Melanie. All right. So there they are. Have you guys done any class elections at all? No? No? Never? All right. All right. All right. So think about that. All right, Tiffany, can you guys all see? I'm going to try to back up as much as I can here. Tiffany will win, shouted all the popular kids. Tiffany's the cutest and the smartest. Charles, shouted all the sports bugs. Charles is the captain of all the teams. This all sounds so familiar. All right. All right. I want to be president, said Tiffany to her mother and father. You're the most popular girl in the 5th grade, dear, they said. We'll help you win the election. No problem. All right, let me go over here. I want to win, said Charles to his mama and daddy. We're on your team, said his mama. We'll make sure it happens, said Charles' dad. All right, so they're all plotting. They're all plotting. All right, so they're all planning on a big election. All right, so then you see all these campaign signs, right? So when you have campaigns, so when you guys drive around with your parents and there's an election going on, you see all these lawn signs come up, right?
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah,
that's
to vote.
yeah, so that's what they're doing. So here's some of the signs. It says more mirrors in the girls' room. Vote for Tiffany. More meat for lunch. Vote Charles. Yeah, so they're making all these campaign promises, right? Eyebrow pencils in our pencil kits. Vote for Tiffany. So she's telling people what she's going to deliver as a candidate. Skateboards in the hall. Vote Charles. Let's see. Barca loungers instead of desks. Vote for Tiffany, whatever that is, right? Barca
I
loungers.
think it just makes you rest.
Is that what it, yeah, it makes you rest. Vote strong. Vote Charles. Vote cute. Vote Tiff. Preferred seating in the cafeteria. Vote Tiffany. Soda in the water fountains. Vote for Charles. So they want to give everything away, right? Yeah, do you think they can? You guys think they can deliver on all these promises? I don't think so. I don't think so. All right, Tiffany's mother persuaded the school cheerleaders to shout out, "Tails wag for Tiffany." And Charles's dad hired a famous glee club to sing the Bulldog fight song for a Barkadelphia school football game. So there they are. And then it says, "Wow," said Otto. "They're on a roll. I don't know why they are so popular," said Melanie. "They don't care about anybody but themselves." So I think he's got something in mind. Suddenly, Otto had an idea. Can you see okay? Otto had an idea. You guys all see? Can you see over there? Maybe just, I'm going to try to move back. I can't move back any farther here. Suddenly, Otto had an idea. "I'm going to run for president," he said. He began by asking his classmates what they really wanted at Barkadelphia School. "Who cares for more meat at lunch? I want watermelon in the cafeteria," said Betty. Forget skateboards in the hall. A homework help line is what we need." So so he's trying to figure out what people actually need, not just saying to them, what they should want. "I'd like 5 minutes of beautiful music every morning," said Bettina. "How about the biggest towels in the gym showers?" bigger towels in the gym showers, suggested Boris. "A class trip to the Madison Square Garden dog show would be a big motivator," said Carlos. "Our school band needs a set of bongo drums," added Peter. Now, what he's doing is he's actually taking a poll, right? He's asking people what they want, and so, I suspect what's coming next. He's going to actually propose some of these things, right, as he runs. Charles's dad beefed up their campaign with a big sign like that. "Wapo burgers and shakes. That'll be the day," said Melanie. "No fair," said Tiffany. "I'm going to lose. I can hardly breathe." We are way smarter than Charles," said Tiffany. Best friends, Ashley said. Tiffany's best friends, Ashley and Jasmine. All right, and then it has all these Post-its. "Did Charles peak at the science test early?" This is all negative campaigning, right? Somebody said Charles cheated on a spelling test. Charles, did he cheat on a math test? Who has fast fingers and sneaky eyes? We know that's you. Charles. Did Charles copy Pierre's homework? Will Charles issue a denial? So you ever hear of negative campaign ads? You ever hear that on TV? And they accuse, one candidate accuses the other candidate of doing wrong things. Well, that's what they're up to, right? Which is not a great way to campaign, because you should be able to run on what you want to do for people and not accuse the other guy of doing bad stuff. The next morning, Post-it notes appeared in all the lockers. "Not true, I've never cheated," growled Charles. "No worries," said Charles's best buddies, Mike and Bucky. And then, and now Charles responds with more negative ads. "Tiffany, did she spend your class dues on hairspray?" Mysterious flowers appeared in the cafeteria that afternoon. Tiffany had a meltdown. "Not true. It's all lies," she says. "We'll fix his wagon," said Ashley and Jasmine. And then they go back and forth. Charles cheats, signs go up, flashing buttons popped up the very next day. You're going to be done in by a bunch of buttons," said Mike and Bucky. Overnight, a huge banner appeared on the wall of the gym. "Tiffany, wrong on hairspray, wrong for Barkadelphia School." So they're going back and forth, and it's getting nasty. Meanwhile, Otto collected his 50 paw prints one by one. One by one, he listened to everyone in the school, even the kindergartners. They wanted blankets at nap time. "Now I need some campaign cookies," said Otto. "We'll make them together," said Melanie. On election eve, Charles's dad hosted a Walpo Burger pep rally. "I want to thank you all in advance for voting for me," said Charles. "And I'm a born leader," he says. Tiffany's mother arranged for a pancake breakfast on election morning. "It's going to be me," she said. Otto just passed out his campaign cookies, so they're worried about him now. We're worried about Otto. Everybody got in line to vote. I'm crossing my fingers, said Otto, and I'm crossing my toes, said Melanie. Miss Kibler counted the ballots. She asked Mr. Muzzle, the school principal, to recount them. Finally, the results were in. The school election. We have a new president, said Mr. Muzzle. It's Otto. But they're all surprised. Everybody cheered, especially the kindergartners. Wait till next year, buddy, said Charles's dad. Barkadelphia School's just a little blip, my treasure, said Tiffany's mother. You will win paws down you will win paws down in junior high. So she's got to wait a little while. Looks like she fainted, huh? Looks like they're not too happy. They thought they took the whole thing for granted. It's watermelon day in the cafeteria. The nap time blankets just arrived for the kindergartners, and we'll have the Madison Square Garden. We'll have the Madison Square Garden dog show, said Otto. It's hard work. It's hard work being president. So yeah, so now he's carrying through on his campaign promises. He said he was going to do certain things, and now he has to put them in place, and it looks like he's getting the job done. Let's bake more cookies, said Melanie. Enough for everybody. Oh, that was the end. Enough for everybody. So what do you think? So here's the deal. You know, so when you, as I said at the outset, you know, you guys, when you get older, you're going to be, you'll have the right to vote. When you're 18, you go register, and then you got a serious job to do, which is you got to pick the right people. And the people who are running for office because they want, you know, fame and glory in being in the office, they're probably like, you know, like Charlie and Tiffany. They're probably not the right people. You want people to. You vote for to be the ones that will serve you, that are committed, that are going to carry through on the things they said they'd do, right? And so that's important stuff. Not everybody who gets elected to office actually fulfills their promises, but you have to hold them to it. That make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. All right. Do you have one more question? Is it about law and order? No. You're kicking back now. I think you're staying up too late watching Law and Order. No.
In the book, they just want to be president, and they just want to give the people what they want so they can be voted president.
Yeah, yeah. Some of them are just running for the title, right? Instead of running because they want to serve. So Otto wanted to serve. That's what he was up to. All right. So nice. I'm glad you guys paid attention, and so just something to think about today. But I really appreciate the opportunity to talk to all of you guys. So tell me a little bit. I just want to take a little bit of a poll. Who is? Have you guys made summer plans yet? Yeah, it looks like you have. All right. So by a show of hands, who's going to go to summer camp? Who's going to go to camp? Okay.
I'm going to Camp Kennedy.
Camp Kennedy. Okay. Yep. Yep. All right. Who's going to be playing sports this summer? Okay, that's good. That's good. Softball and baseball
No, soccer. Softball.
and basketball, soccer. Okay, good. Will anybody go on a trip this summer? Anywhere? Okay, we got some good trips. Good. Almost everybody.
Maybe.
What kinds of trips? Camping trips or?
He really wants to tell you, David.
You want,
I'm going to Washington, D.C. with my family.
are you really? What are you going to do?
We're going to see the monuments.
Nice, nice. Yeah, that'll be lots of fun. Washington D.C. is pretty hot in the summertime. Don't forget, but it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a lot of fun. Where are you going?
We're going to this hotel that's shaped like an airplane. Each hotel room is 3 floors long. There's hot tubs, movie theaters in it.
Really? Where's this?
I don't know. My dad just told me we're going there. And
Okay.
Guess what? Every time I wake up in the morning, I'm not going to be bored. I'm just going to go to the movie theater.
That's good. That's good stuff. That's really good. You're dying to tell me. Where are you going?
I go to different places when I'm at Denison.
Oh, you go to Denison. Okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I go to Fall of the Pool and Mouse Stage and some baseball games.
Oh, very good. Very good.
We're going to Times Square.
Times Square. Yeah. There you go. There you go. All right, a couple more. Where are you going? Nice. Very good. Very good, very good. Last one. Where are you going? Oh, good, good. All right, well, anyway, well, listen, guys, I really appreciate the opportunity. Keep working hard. I know you guys are working really hard in school. I mentioned summer vacation because it's something to look forward to, but there's a lot of work to be done before you get to that point. It's less than 2 months away, so we're all very proud of you. Really glad that you guys are working as hard as you can. Your teachers are working really, really hard to help you guys learn, and don't forget to thank them for all their hard work. And keep at it. You're doing great. All right, thanks, guys. You bet. Yeah. Very nice to meet you. Very nice to meet you.
They were
Thank you.
very excited about your time.
Yeah, yeah.
Very, very nice to them.
You didn't have your question on the index card you wanted to ask me?
You sure?
You had it on an index card and everything today.
You remember it? Do you remember what it was about? No? All right, I'll tell you what, if you write me a letter, I'll answer it, okay? Once you get your index card back, okay? All right, very good.
There you go. We have a small gift.
Oh, nice.
To all of our speakers that have come for us for this
All right.
2-week period, would like to make you a member of our team.
I'm pleased to
We are
be.
Team Lincoln.
All right.
So you have an honorary T-shirt.
Nice.
And hopefully you like coffee or tea.
Yeah, I drink too much coffee. Yeah, all right, thanks, guys.
Honorary member of Lincoln Schools.
Thank you. Thank you for that. I remember Team Lincoln. Excellent, excellent.
No problem. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thanks for taking
Thanks,
the
guys.
time.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.